everyone, welcome back to Fitness Business Growth. Today's episode is about tracking your numbers if you're running ads on Facebook and Instagram to get more members into your business. Now, if you're listening on Spotify and Apple, I'll do my best to talk through this process, but it would be great if you go over to our YouTube channel because I'm sharing my screen, the exact funnel tracker that we give to our clients so they can track their own numbers. Now, I've made a very similar training like this before, but sometimes it's better to be reminded than it is to be taught. Now, the reason for this training video is I spoke to one of our clients yesterday on our Done With You program. We just help them with the ads, provide coaching and consulting, but they are responsible for doing their own sales calls and selling people into their business. Now, I have had this conversation with this owner once every quarter for the last 12 months. He's a phenomenal owner. He's got great skills. He's a fantastic salesperson. He said, Jamie, I'm stuck at 150. I want to get to 200 to 250. And every single time he says this to me, I say, mate, you've just got to spend more fucking money on ads. And he has a blockage around spending money on ads. He feels as though it is gambling. He feels as though that he never, ever gets an ROI. So I asked him a question, mate, how many clients did you put on last month? Put on 18 clients. Okay, that's pretty good. But my ads aren't working. I'm like, what do you mean they're not working? You put on 18 clients. So I broke down all of the math for him. He went, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. But I could tell he was still uneasy spending more and more money on ads. So I made him a deal. He promised me that for every single week until the end of the year, he is going to fill out the funnel tracker on screen. He is going to return it to me every single Monday. And before he asks any questions, I must get the tracker. So together we can make adjustments on what we do with the ads, what we do with the funnel, what we do with his offer, and what we do with his pricing. Now, this blockage he has of spending money on ads, it's not just him. I come across it all the time. And I can say to blue in the face, if you spend $1,000 on Facebook ads and you get 10 clients that pay you $200 back, you spend $1,000, you've made back $2,000. Also, you have 10 new clients into your business and 7 or 8 of them should roll into a long-term member. That doesn't even include getting referrals. But all they hear is I spend $1,000 on ads, and that is scary. And I get it. I've been there. I think we've all been there. I think over time, you slowly build up a tolerance to spending money on ads. You would fall off your chair if you knew how much money we spend on ads. However, we didn't start there. We started at $20 a day, $30 a day, $50 a day, and you just continue to go up and up and up and up and up. And how you sleep well at night and how you not panic about a bad day or bad 2 days or bad 3 days. If you have this funnel tracker and you look at it over the weeks, over the month, it all makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill out this funnel tracker for the entire 5 weeks on my screen, and it's going to punch out all the numbers you need for this to be so clear and obvious that like if you're doing well or doing poorly and what you need to change. So we've got 5 weeks. Reason why it's 5 weeks, it says 4.3 weeks in some months. So you always want to track every single day, every single dollar. So imagine it is the first week of August, and this week we spent $250 on ads. So you would pull that information from your ads manager. Now let's just say that your ads are doing well and you got 25 new leads. So your cost per lead is $10. So 25 new names, phone numbers, and emails came into your business. Now, off those 25 leads, you got 10 bookings. Now, I'm going to assume that you run a book or call funnel. There is no better funnel, in my opinion, to run as a fitness business owner. It is amazing when you run ads. You go to bed at night and you wake up to you have a new booking in your calendar the following day. So out of those 25 people, let's say that 13 book, meaning that you have a 52% booking rate. So 25 leads, 13 actually booked in. That means 52% of those 25 leads actually booked into your calendar. That doesn't include also you calling, outbounding the other 12 leads that haven't booked in. So combination of bookings, combination of outbound dials is how you can get a really high booking rate. Now, out of those 13 bookings, let's just say that 10 show up. meaning that your no-show percentage is 23.08%, meaning that 77% of your calls actually showed up. Oh, sorry, mistake. No shows. Let's say you had 3 no-shows, meaning that your show percentage is 76.92%. So again, 13 bookings, 3 no-show, 76% of your calls showed up, meaning that you've had 10 total calls, 10 total consultations, either over the phone or in person. I'm also a massive advocate of over the phone consultations. And the reason being is if someone agrees to book a time with you on the phone, it saves them having to come into your business, right? So imagine lead ops in Monday morning at 9:30. Let's say they can't make it in person till Thursday at 5 p.m. You don't want them booking that far out. However, they might be able to book in a call at 4 p.m. this afternoon. So I'm a huge fan of booking calls over in-person consults. Now, out of those 10 calls, let's say that 4 of them did not purchase. That means that you had 6 people sign up to your program. So to be clear, 25 new leads, your cost per lead was $10. Out of those 25 people, 13 people booked in. So your cost per booking was $19.23. So you paid $19.23 for someone to book in with you. Out of those 13 people, 3 people no-showed. Don't get upset by no-shows. It is a nature of marketing and sales. You forget things, I forget things. You're not that important. They booked in, they probably just forgot. Don't take it personal. If someone no-shows, hi, contact name, it's Jamie from XYZ Business. You missed your call, no stress at all. Life is busy. Are you free for a chat tomorrow or the next day? Do not take no-shows personally. It happens. So out of those 13 people, 10 showed up. So it costs you $25 to get someone to show up to a phone call to have a chat about your business. Now, out of those 10 people, you had 4 sales fails, meaning that 4 people said, I can't afford it. I need to think about it. I need to talk to my partner. So you made 6 sales, meaning that you paid $41.67 to get someone into your business. Now, let's just say that we're running a 28-day challenge and your prices is $60 per week, or keep math simple, say it's $50 per week. Now, out of those 6 people, all 6 of them gave you $200 up front. So your cash collected was $1,200 and your revenue was $1,200. So again, you spent $250. You've now got 6 new people into your business. Those 6 people gave you $200 cash up front for a 28-day program. You've spent $250. You've made $1,200 in cash, $1,200 in revenue. Now, that's great. But what's even better is 70 to 80% of those 6 people should then roll into a long-term membership, a 6 or 12-month membership. Now, if we keep the math the same and just say that your membership is $50 a week and someone stays for 12 months, it's like $2,600 for those 4 to 5 people that roll into a membership. So for example, you spent $250. You might end up with 4 or 5 new members after the initial challenge to join for 12 months. You have made close to $10,000 of $250. You would make that trade every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Okay, so from that week 1, phenomenal week. You should be happy with that. Let's rock and roll. Now, week 2, you are feeling dangerous and now you spend $400 per week. However, the cost per lead is nowhere near as good, and stay at 20 leads, meaning that your cost per lead is $20. So your cost per lead has gone from $10 to $20. Now, at this point, this is where people panic. Oh, I was paying $10 per lead. Now I want to pay 10 again. I'm going to turn the ads off. But it doesn't actually matter if the cost per lead goes up if some of these numbers are good down here. Now, let's just say out of those 20 leads, we have 15 people booked, which is a super high booking rate. So 75% of those leads book in a consult. They either book in automatically, you give them a call, and organize a time for a chat later on. 15 people. Out of those 15 people, let's just say that you did the right thing. You confirmed the calls. Hey, it's Jamie. So excited for our chat today. Here's our timetable. Here's some Google reviews. Check out our profile. And 14 out of the 15 show up, meaning, one person no-shows, meaning that 14 people show up to your phone call, which is a 93.33% show rate. Meaning your cost per call is now $28.57. Now, while the cost per lead has doubled here, the cost per call has only gone up $3. Now, let's just say that you've done your sales training, you're reading your script, you're practicing, you're more confident. And out of those 14 people, you only have 2 sale fails, meaning that you make 12 new sales. Now, this week, week 1, cost per lead was $10. Week 2, cost per lead was $20. But all these numbers add up to the most important number of all, which is your cost per acquisition. So week 1, it was $41.67 to get a new person into your business. This week, it was $33.33. So while the cost per lead was higher, the CAC was way better. Now, out of those 12 sales, let's just say that 9 of them pay up front, $1,800, and 3 of those sales pay $0 a day, and their payments start next week. Okay, so out of this, you collected $1,800, but you've got $2,400 total. Remember, the sales price is $200. So now, if you come over to the totals on the right here, we spent $650 on ads, 45 leads, 28 bookings. You've had 4 no-shows. You've had 24 total calls. 6 people have given you an objection. You have sold 18 people. Your cost to acquire a client is $36.11. You've collected $3,000 of cash, meaning you spent $650. You've made $3,000 back. 83.33% of the cash you've collected on that first call. So your total booking to sale is 64.29%. Your lead to sale is 40%, so 40% of your leads have brought something off you. Your lead to sale percent is 4.6%. That actually might be an incorrect figure. I will look into that after this video. But the cash revenue is 4.6 and the revenue is 5.3. So cash ROAS. That means you've put $1 into Facebook and you've pulled out $4.60. Revenue, you put $1 into Facebook and you pulled out $5.5. Not to mention, this is just the front end. What happens when 15 out of those 18 people then transfer into a long-term member, and those 15 people each pay you $2,500 each? So this is where I was frustrated on the call yesterday with this owner. And if you're watching, you probably will watch. You're a fucking legend. Love you as a guy. Love you as a bloke. You're actually a friend of mine. But you just need to stop being so scared of spending money on Meta, because if you track your numbers, you'll want to spend more. The goal isn't to spend the least amount of money as possible. The goal is to spend how much can I spend profitably. Okay. Now, week 3, let's say that you spend $500 on ads, and say you've had a terrible week. You only get 10 leads. Now, out of those 10 leads, only 5 book in. Out of those 5, 2 people no show. Out of those calls, you have 3 calls, and just say you have 1 fail, meaning that you've made 2 sales this week. Now, the cash collected is $400, so both those people pay $200 up front, and the revenue is $400. So this week, you're actually a little bit negative. You're negative $100. Again, this is the point where people say Facebook ads don't work. They panic, they stop, they quit, they try something else. But if we've been tracking week 1, 2, and 3, and look at the totals over here, we're still in great shape. So ad spend, $150 now. 55 leads, 33 bookings, 6 no-shows, 27 calls, 7 fails, 20 sales. We still spent $1,150 on ads, and we've collected $3,400 back. We are still profitable on the front end. Still a 3-to-1 ratio. So we spent $1,150 on ads, and we pulled out $3,400. Now, let's just say we have another bad week. We go 600, and we get 12 leads. Now, cost per lead is 50 again. Out of those 12 people, let's just say 7 book in. Out of those 7s, we have 2 no-shows. Total calls, we have 5. We have 1 fail. We sell 4 out of 5, an 80% close rate. Cost per acquisition is $150. So now, if we look at this week over here, we have got, now, we spent $1,750 on ads, 67 leads, 40 bookings, 8 no-shows, 32 total consults, 8 fails, 24 sales. Our cost per acquisition is $72.92. So we still collected $3,600. Our cash with 85% collected of the revenue generated of those front end challenges. And our cash ROAS is now 2-to-1, meaning that we spend $1 on Facebook and we pull 2 out. Again, this is still a great position to be in because 80% of these 24 sales should roll into a 12-month membership. And as I mentioned before, this doesn't include getting one referral. Say week 5, you now spend $400 because you're a bit scared. But now the cost per lead goes back to, we now get 35 leads. And the cost per lead is $11.43. Now we're cooking again. 20 people book in. Out of those bookings, we have 4 no-shows. We have 16 calls. Out of those 16, 4 people are fails. You now make 12 sales. Your cost per acquisition is $33.33. Out of those 12 people, let's say you have a bad week of collecting cash, you might collect $1,200, so 50% of it, and you make $2,400. Now that's your 5 weeks of advertising for the month of August. Month of August, you've now spent $2,150. You generated 102 leads. Your cost per lead is $21.08. You generated 60 consults. So 60 of the leads you've generated have booked in a consult either through booking automatically or that you called and got them into a consult. Out of those 60 people, 12 no-showed, which is normal. 20% will no-show. From here, you have 48 total consults that have said, hey, I'm here for a chat. Out of those 48, 12 people have said, nah, don't want it. So that means you made 36 sales into your business. Now, your cost per acquisition is $59.72. Now you're making a sale for $200, so 36 times 200. Total is $6,600. But from here, you've actually collected $4,800 in cash. So you can actually make money from the front end if you're willing to do the calls and do the sales for yourself. Meaning that at the end of the day, you put in $2,150 into ads, you've pulled out $4,800, so a 2.2 cash ROAS. Revenue total is 3.06. So this is a very, very profitable month of running ads. Now, if you look at these numbers and think, okay, 80% show, 75% close, 60% booking to sale, lead to sale is 35.29%. If I wipe all these numbers and we come through it together, what we're going to see now, if we start again, and let's go to week 1. Now, let's just say if the ad spend is $500 and you get 9 leads and your cost per lead is $55.56, this is what we want to focus on. So before you worry about the bookings, the no-shows, the calls, the fails, or the sales, how can I reduce my cost per lead? Is it an offer issue? Is it a copy issue? Is it a creative issue? Is it a branding issue? Does your website suck? Are your socials bad? Now, let's just say the ad spends $500 and all of a sudden we now get 45 leads and our cost per lead is $11.11. The ads are good. Leave them alone. Now, from down here, out of those 45 leads, let's say that we only get a hold of 6 of them. Super, 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 super low. 13.33% booking rate. So if you have a low booking rate, it can be a few different things. If you're running a book or call funnel, it can be that you don't have enough availability in your calendar. So if someone opts in for an ad and tries to book in a call and they can't book it until Friday 4 p.m., but then Friday 4 p.m., as you know, most Australians are driving from work, looking forward to the weekend, maybe even at the pub having a drink. They're not going to book in at Friday at 4 p.m. So making sure that you have lots of availability in your calendar. The other reason why you would have a low booking rate, again, is your brand. Like if someone clicks on the ad and they're about to book in a call before they do, they check out your Instagram and you haven't posted for months, they think this might be a scam. The other reason why your booking rate might be low is you're just not calling the leads fast enough. Now, every man and their dog would tell you to call the leads within 5 minutes. That is absolutely the best practice, and it's what you should be aiming for. If you're a busy fitness business owner-operator, you have a family, you have kids, that's not possible. Just try and call them as fast as possible. At least have some text automations going out in the first 5 minutes. High contact name, It's Jamie from XYZ Gym. I saw you requesting information about our program. You can book in a time here. At least then, if you call them and they screen your number for the messages, they will see that you are there. Okay. Now, let's just say you fix the booking problem and now you have 22 book. You have a 48.89% booking rate. From here, let's just say that you have 18 no-shows, which is crazy high. So only 18% of your bookings actually showed up. Why would you have a high no-show rate? It's actually really similar to a low booking percentage. It is around, maybe they booked in a time that does not suit, but it's the only time that you had. Maybe your Instagram, you're not posting enough. Maybe you have bad Google reviews. Maybe all the things that you post in your profile are about yourself and not about your clients. Maybe if you were running a Pilates program and it's based around beginners and all of the pictures of your posts, young, fit, really in shape women in midriff tops looking in the mirror, hashtag inspo, that hashtag inspiration, that might scare off a beginner. So be mindful of what you're posting based on the campaign that you're running. Now, let's just say that you fix your no-show issue. So you only have 4 no-shows, which means 81.82% of people show up. That means you now have 18 people show up to the call. Now, if you have 12 fails, it is really, really, really simple. You need to work on your sales, right? So you need to embrace the fact that while you own a fitness business, what you really own is a marketing and sales business, and the product is fitness, Pilates, combat, yoga, jazzercise, Zumba, pole dancing, whatever it is that you do. To become better at sales, number one, absolutely believe in what you sell. You have to have conviction that what you offer is something that is phenomenal, and what you charge for what you offer way exceeds the value. So to this day, I think group fitness is the best fucking deal in town. 50 to 70 a week for unlimited sessions to train with a qualified personal trainer, to make friends, to have a shower. Fantastic fucking deal. If you don't do it, my opinion is I think you're a fucking idiot. If you have a goal to achieve and you want to join a gym and you have a great gym and they don't join, I'm like, what? Are you sure? Like, why wouldn't you be doing this? Right? So if you believe in your product and you have an offer that is so good that makes people feel stupid saying no, then why wouldn't they buy? So have conviction in your product, have conviction in what you believe. Like, before I knew anything technically about sales, I just believed that our product was the best, and more importantly, our product was great. We put a lot of time into making it better every single week, every single month, every single year. Now, the other way to improve your sales is to have some type of scripts. I've given away our script before. It's on our YouTube channel. I've got like an hour and 90-minute breakdown of like each section of the script and how you can do it. At the core, you want to connect with the prospect quickly. Build some rapport. From there, you want to understand their current situation. What is your goal? What are you trying to achieve? From there, you want to discover what have they tried previously. If they've been a member of a group gym before, one of my favorite things to find out, price shock will never be an issue, because if they're in F45 and you own a FitStop and you both charge around 50 a week, at the end, if they say this is too expensive, you've done a terrible job on the call, because they'd already have an idea of what the price is. Also, what have they tried previously? You can understand what they liked about what they did in the past. Also, what they didn't like. Just never ever badmouth anything ever. Never ever badmouth a competitor ever. Regardless of what I think about our competitors, I would never say anything negative about any of them to anyone, because it just looks fucking terrible. Okay, so if you have FitStop and someone's gone to an F45 and you say the F45 program is shit because they don't know barbells and you do, just not a good look, right? So you don't need to badmouth someone. If you ask the right question, oh, like, what did you like about F45? Okay, great. Yeah, it was in a group. It was functional. The timetable suit. Okay, and is there anything that you didn't like, or is there anything that you felt like they could do better? They will do it for you. Okay. Now, in terms of after you find out what have they tried previously, you want to understand why is this important to them. Now, if they're a woman over the age of 40, it might be a deep-seated why of like, I'm going through menopause, I have no energy, I want to feel like my old self, I put this off for so long. If it's a younger girl who wants to try Pilates, they might want to try it because their friend goes to your business, but it's still really important to understand, like, why did you click on our ad? What made you do it now? Like, why is this important to you? And the way you can ask this question without sounding weird is part of our program is we'd love to keep our members accountable for the first 28 days to ensure that you get your butt through the front door. For us to do that, we need to understand your reasons why, your reasons for change. Why is this important to you now? Now, after you uncover why it's important to them, you want to then transition into pitching your product. Notice I haven't spoken about our product at all yet. Now, when you transition to the pitch, I would always ask permission. Hey, based on what you've said, I feel like we could help you get an awesome result. I'd love to run you through what we do. Now, this is the part that most people fuck up on the sales call, is they give this long, boring, bloated pitch, and they talk about the barbells, the kettlebells, the dumbbells, the logo on the wall, the colors, the branding, and no one cares. My favorite way to sell fitness is on a 3-pillar approach. Pillar 1 is it has to be effective. Pillar 2 is it has to be enjoyable. Pillar 3, we have to provide you with a ton of accountability and support. Now, if you look at why people have failed fitness in the past, it's because it hasn't been effective. They haven't felt like the money they were spending, the time they were spending, did not get them effective results. They didn't feel like they were still making progress with their weight loss. They didn't feel like they were getting stronger. They didn't feel like they were building muscle. So the first pillar of our program is it has to be effective. We do this by X, Y, Z. Keep it short, keep it sharp, keep it simple. And then you want to make sure you understand each pillar. So yep, based on the first core pillar, it has to be effective. And what I mean by that is getting your butt through the front door for the first, 2 to 4 times a week. Our most successful members average that over a long period of time. In the first 28 days, you can achieve X, Y, Z result. Does that make sense? Yep, effective makes sense. Great. Pillar number 2 is it has to be enjoyable. Everyone stops their program because at some level, they don't enjoy it. They don't enjoy getting up in the morning. They don't enjoy the type of exercise. They don't enjoy the people in the room. So to ensure that you do enjoy it, we want to make sure that this fits around your lifestyle. We want to make sure that we meet you at your current level of fitness. We want to make sure that we can work around any injuries that you do have. Because if you enjoy what you do and you get effective results, that's when that long-lasting change happens. In conjunction with that, you're going to think I'm crazy, but members tell me that this is the most enjoyable part of their day. Does that make sense? Yep, cool. Third pillar is that we have to keep you accountable. Now, while our group training is in a group format, we love to provide one-on-one support outside of the gym to ensure that we can get your butt through the front door. The support is there to give you a high five when things are going well, and also a friendly kick up the backside when they're not. That is me speed running a sales script. From there, you would trial close. Do you feel like this could help you get to your goal? They might say, yep, sounds amazing, let's go. Or they might say, yep, sounds great, but can I start next week? Yep, sounds great. I can't pay today. Is it okay if I start next Monday and pay on Tuesday? You want to withdraw that objection. So that is how you sell better. Now, the last real thing would be cash collected. So let's just say out of those 6 sales, you collect $100 and revenue is $1,200. The issue here is more than likely you are offering payment plans too quickly. Yep, so our program is $200. We can get you started at $50 per week. Can I grab a card number? When you can just say the price of our program is $199, does a Visa or MasterCard work better for you? They give you the card number. Okay, great. I'm going to organize that payment of $199 today. Pause. And let them then say, oh, is it okay if we break it up? Is it okay if we push that payment to here? Just organize the payment today. Most people have $199 in their account. If they don't have $199 in that account, you will get them to transfer the money on the call. It happens all the time. People will always choose to give you money later if it's an option. So for the one person I made this for the owner I spoke to yesterday, I hope this really fucking helps. I hope this will overcome any fear you have around spending money on ads. And if you look at the funnel and you break down each step of the funnel, it's not that ads don't work. It is a certain part of the funnel is not working. Then once we uncover what part of the funnel is based on tracking the numbers, we can attack that section. So if it's cost per lead, new offer. If it's booking rate, are you calling fast enough? Are you posting on social media? Have you got Google reviews? Have you got good branding? If people aren't showing up, are you offering times that make sense? If people are making you the call and you're not selling them, or maybe you're not as good at sales as you thought. So guys, I hope that training makes sense. Again, if you're on Apple or Spotify, I hope you could take that in. But if you want more information, go to our YouTube channel, and there'll be a screen share of this, and then I'll even put the funnel tracker below. Have it free. Have a lovely, lovely day. Thank you for watching.